EA Sports, and we get to watch Juwan Johnson. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Saints and the Buccaneers, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Carr now to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that will be incomplete. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Mayfield to throw it. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Baker going to give it to Irving. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully, that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
A run up the middle with Irving. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Now 3rd down and 7.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Now Mayfield. That one out wide and intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Olave over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Powerful running. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. And this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Williams
is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Juwan Johnson.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints have got it back to within a score.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And a yard at the 36-yard line.
Evans comes in motion right. Throwing. Mayfield.
Finding Otten once more.
70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Mayfield on play action.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
This one taken in by Otten.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Mayfield now. He completes it to Evans. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Here's Carr.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Now Carr. He finds his man Johnson. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
2nd and 10.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas, where you see the final score there. Quentin Johnston, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now Carr.
The pass caught by Olave.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Throwing now is Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. Past the 20. 5. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD.
Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick 6.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. From the gun, it's Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Kamara up the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Carr now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Now Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. In motion, the tight end. Throwing, Mayfield.
Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Mayfield to throw it.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now a give, Irving running right.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints 33-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Irving.
And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 26. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving.
And he will have the 1st before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
To throw, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. And his throw here's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mayfield now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
On for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Powers through. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Carr.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Carr to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now Carr.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Hill. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Carr gonna throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brought down by Willie Gay. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL,
and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. To throw his Carr. That's Olave bringing in another one. 2nd down and a yard. Carr to throw again. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Carr. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Irving. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
The visitors' offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
The pass caught by Olave. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. Now Carr. Connecting with Hill. On the move past the 40.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Carr to throw. That's pulled in by Wilson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Here's Carr.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 17 yards out.
And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And they'll turn to Kamara.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Once again, it's Irving.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. This is 1st and 10. Throwing his Carr. He's got his target. It's Olave.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. To throw is Carr. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue. But that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Bucs, they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6. And now they'll await